Before we jump in, let's be real. This podcast contains jokes, laughter, and a whole lot of real talk. Yes, we cover serious crimes. Yes, we add a little humor, but never, and I mean never, at the expense of the victims or their families. If you're sensitive, easily offended, or the type to clutch your pearls every time someone laughs during a true crime story, this may not be the podcast for you. But if you like your true crime with a little bit of spice, a lot of honesty, and just enough petty to keep it fun, welcome to Melanin Mysteries, baby. Let's get into it. Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome to Melanin Mysteries. To all our brand new listeners, come on in and grab a seat at the table. And to our cousins that's been rocking with us, baby, it's family reunion vibes every single time you press play. Now, cousins, this is case number 60. And you know we had to bring the fire for this milestone. I actually had another case lined up for today, but let's be real, it wasn't going to hit the same. So we switched it up because this one right here is messy, it's chaotic, and it's giving everything it needs to get. And before we dive in, let me remind y'all to get y'all tickets to Crime, Cocktails, and Canvases because we're pulling up October 18th in Atlanta, and half the VIP tickets are already sold out. Don't play around and miss your spot. The link is in the show notes. Now, tonight's story, we're talking about a wannabe Bonnie and Clyde situation, but let's be clear, these two weren't giving outlaw romance. They were broke, dusty, and deadly. Yeah, kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, yeah. And the way their multi-state crime spree went down, it instantly put me in the mindset of Alton Coleman and Deborah Brown, one of the scariest cases we've ever covered here on the podcast. And if you know, you know. So buckle up, cousins, because this is case number 60, and it's about to get wild, and we about to drag these two like yesterday's trash to the landfill. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I'm your co-host Willie. We about to have fun with this one. Let's get it. All right, here we go. It's just another night on patrol. Nothing wild, nothing out the ordinary. The streets are quiet. Radio chatter is very light. Just one of those shifts where you think maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to get to breathe a little bit. Then it comes across the radio. A suspicious car parked at Bojangles. Speaking of, Bojangles got some good ass biscuits. Just want to throw that out there. No big deal, right? Could be somebody waiting on a ride. I mean, maybe a car broke down. Dispatch just wants me to go check it out to make sure everything's cool. Maybe even offer some assistance if it's needed. So I pull up slow. I ease in behind the car. I put my lights on. I follow all proper protocol because I'm a good police officer. I step out, start making my way over. But before I can even get close, these niggas took off like they was in a Hellcat. Off like the devil himself just tapped him on the shoulder. Now I know something ain't right, so of course I hustle back to my patrol car. I go ahead and I call it in. I'm in pursuit. My adrenaline kicks in. My heart's pumping. It's pounding. The tire screeching. And then I hear, wait a minute. Nigga, are those gunshots? Flying straight at my car? Shit, hold up. Before the bullets in the chase. Before the bodies in the mayhem. We need to rewind. Like oh,
I was
girl
like
said
laughing
that
because you
sound
sounded
like a
like a turkey
turkey.
when you did that.
That's how my VCR used to rewind. Anyway, we got to rewind a few days. So this all starts on May 2nd, 2021, in the quiet town of Great Falls, South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina. The call that drops everything. It ain't even about a crime, at least not yet. It's actually a missing persons case. Eugene Simpson has disappeared, and the person sounding the alarm, his cousin Elridge. At first, dispatch lost it like any routine welfare check. Just another Negro gone quiet. But trust me, baby, this one about to get ugly.
So when deputies show up for that welfare check on Eugene, aka Geno Simpson, the first thing they notice, he ain't there. So the house is quiet, it's empty, and that's a problem. Geno is missing. Now, they didn't know if Geno was living alone, but they did know he had a wife. But here's the kicker. Adrienne Simpson, his wife, is nowhere to be found either. And that absence is about to be real important. So let's talk about Adrienne for a second. Adrienne was born around 1988. She was raised in Chester, South Carolina. Her parents split when she was young. Her mama, Carol DeWitt, held it down. And her daddy, he's still MIA. So her sister, Kristen, swears they had a loving home and Adrienne did well in school, good grades, nothing major. But this is where it starts to shift. And I just want to let y'all know, Adrienne is part of the Salted community, just so y'all know.
Where the white women
So
at? Sorry.
she met Gino in high school. And when I tell you it moved fast, it was like fast, fast. Like within a few months at just 17 or 18, they ran off and got married. They bought a house. And by 2011, they had their first daughter, Jasmine. 2 years later, they came and had their son, Jelijah. And on the surface, it looked like that small town love story, young family, young house, young dreams. But 10 years in, that picture was cracking. Gino was battling that monkey on his back. Addiction had its claws in him, and the marriage was crumbling. So Adrienne, she wasn't having it.
Well, hold on. No, the marriage was cracking because Gino was cracking, if you know what I mean. That was that monkey. It was a crack monkey.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh,
So, like
God.
I said, Adrienne, she packed up her stuff, she packed up her kids, and she moves in with her sister because she's trying to get her life together.
Go ahead, white girl.
But let's keep it real. Adrienne, she wasn't no innocent wife caught up in hard times. No, ma'am. This woman was about to prove herself to be a low down and dirty criminal. She didn't just walk away from Gino, she walked straight into chaos.
Speaking of chaos, ain't it funny how when white women have baby bad black dudes, the kid always got a nigga name? Have you
It's
noticed
true.
that? Pay
What,
attention.
what,
Biracial kids. I mean, look, my
don't
son.
call it biracial kids. I am not in the mood for the inboxes
I'm
this week
sorry.
about you and
All
your
right,
ignorant
mixed
comments about
kids.
biracial
The
kids.
kids with the good hair. They do. They do. They always give them the most, like, the blackest name and everything. Just pay attention to them.
That's not a black name, is it?
Jasmine
Yeah.
and Jasmine and Jalaya. What?
Jelijah. It's like
Elijah.
Elijah with a J.
Elijah's not a black name. All right. Anyway,
He-
man. If I forgot, it's Virgo season, so Tiffany on some BS right now, so she feeling herself. Anyway, just when deputies were still circling that missing persons call for Eugene Simpson, the radio crackles again. Another welfare check. This time for Thomas Hardin. Heard to dispatch. A friend worries. Nothing more, or so it seems. The address, York, South Carolina. So they pull up to Hardy's home, which was on Laurel Road. They step inside, and what they find stops them cold. Thomas, a black transgender woman. Titties at the top, dick at the bottom.
Willie,
Identified. Huh?
don't
What?
start. It is Virgo season, please.
My bad. My bad.
Please.
Identified and lived as a woman, though Fran said she used both he and she pronouns and went by Thomas. So, I mean, okay, look, just
Stop.
no,
We're moving.
I just
No,
seriously,
we're moving on. Be
no,
quiet.
a legit.
Say it. Don't do it.
I'm
Nope.
asking a legit
There's no
question.
legit questions. You're not allowed to ask any questions.
Just
No.
please, y'all.
No.
Okay, y'all. This was gonna be a good question, and it was thought provoking, but she just messed it up for everybody that's listening because it's freaking Virgo season. So go ahead.
No, I'm just not trying to hear the foolery. So anyway, deputies, they roll up to the house, they knock on the door, and they don't get an answer. So they go ahead and ease the door open, and as soon as it swings in, bam, it hits something on the floor. And that something is Thomas. Her body is laying right there between the door and the couch. And she had been shot 4 times in the chest and the chin. And scattered across the floor, they find some 9mm shell casings, evidence that whoever did this wasn't playing. Now, while one officer is still inside processing the scene, another is outside when a neighbor wanders over, probably, drawn in by all the flashing lights and commotion. And he like, look, I was out cutting my grass earlier and I ran over this debit card. Now, I don't know why he thought that would be significant or whatever, but he turns the debit card over to the police and the name on the card is Adrienne Simpson.
So she a dumb white woman.
Now, cousins, you can't make this up. Adrienne didn't just leave behind a crime scene. She left behind her name stamped on plastic in the neighbor's yard. A whole breadcrumb trail straight back to her frumpy ass. Now, when investigators run Adrienne Simpson's name, they find out something big. Earlier that very same day, her husband, Eugene, had been reported missing. Now, we've got two different counties working two different cases, but the names are starting to overlap and it's starting to look messy.
Oh.
So, neighbors in York tell police that Thomas mostly kept to themselves, quiet stayed out the way, and then somebody drops a name. Because Thomas had a boyfriend, and his name, Tyler Terry.
Okay.
Now, that wasn't going to be the last time the police heard this name either. So friends of Thomas confirmed the same thing. Thomas was seeing Tyler Terry. So now they have two names, Adrienne Simpson and Tyler Terry. And it doesn't take long before they start to realize that these two aren't just floating around the edges of the case. They were tangled up in it and with each other.
And balls were tangled in it. Anyway, so
Really? Please.
what? It
You
was. It
act
was.
appropriately. It is Virgo season. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh, man. Anyway, so how exactly do Adrian and Tyler link up? Let's take it back, way back. Well, only a couple years. Back in 2018, while Adrian and Gino were separated, she meets Tyler through friends. And let's just say this was not love, it was pure chaos, right? Tyler was extremely abusive. Over the years, he racked up multiple domestic violence charges, not for just putting his hands on Adrian, but also abusing Thomas. So I got a question, right? Now I look, I can see, it being a DV because he put his hands on Adrian. That makes perfect sense. She's a white woman in general. But why would it be DV because you beating up Tommy? Ain't that just two niggas fighting?
No, it's still domestic violence. You're in a relationship, it's in a house, it's domestic violence. You can't put your hands on people.
So it ain't just two niggas fighting. It's okay.
No.
All right. I just had to ask. Okay. And when he would be mad at one, he would go back and backtrack with the other. So, he would dibbling and dabbling, right? So he was going in between Adrian and Thomas, just trying to get a bed wherever he could. So from the jump, this wasn't some ride or die love story that they thought it was. This was toxic, violent, and dangerous. And anybody close to them ended up getting caught up in the crossfire. Balls used everywhere.
I'm not doing this whole episode. I'm really not.
All right, I'm done. That was the last one.
So we're gonna talk about the other half of the toxic duo. So we're gonna talk about Tyler Terry. So he was born around 1993, and see, that's why you mess around with them little young niggas, right? That's exactly why. So Tyler, he spent his early years in Ohio. His parents split when he was a kid, and by the time he was 15, he had moved back down to South Carolina to live with his daddy, who was Donnie Terry. And child, when that's when the trouble really started, or at least that we know of. At just 15, Tyler comes running to his daddy like, look, there's some houses on fire in the neighborhood. But this wasn't a little spark. It was a whole row of townhouses, and like 30 to 40 people had to run for their lives to escape the flames. Like, these people lost everything in a matter of minutes. So later, Tyler sits down and writes a confession letter admitting he was the one who set the fire. So think about this. He set the neighborhood on fire, then acted like he stumbled upon it. That's calculated, that's cruel, and that is the first big red flag that Tyler wasn't just troubled. He was dangerous.
This nigga crazy.
And because of that, he ended up at juvie at Turpville for 4 years. And when he finally got out, he went back to live with his dad, but that didn't last long because Tyler was violent and Donnie wasn't having it. He kicked his ass out. I would have done the same thing. And then Tyler ends up homeless. And from there, he ends up drifting to Columbia, South Carolina. He meets a woman and had a daughter.
That's a prime example how women just be having kids with anybody. Jeez.
They love a homosexual.
This nigga is homeless. How are you homeless?
So he was out here, like I said, giving pure homosexual vibes. So you know the type, they move in with whomever will feed them and give them a bed, bringing nothing to the table but stress.
And a little bit of wee-wee.
And when that relationship crashed and burned, Tyler was right back where he started, homeless. And some reports even say that he was out there living in the woods. Like, he wasn't hustling, he wasn't grinding, he wasn't trying to get his life together. He just floating around, unstable, reckless, and getting more
In the
dangerous by the
woods?
day.
This nigga is really
Maybe he thought he was
living
Tarzan. I don't know.
in the woods. Do he got a cabin or he just like really sleeping in nature?
Yes, he was out there like on some just wilderness vibes. Like, yeah, just out in the woods.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Mm. All right, so look, and if you thought Tyler Terry was gonna take all that chaos and sit his butt down somewhere, you thought wrong. After burning bridges and a couple homes, with his family, bouncing between homelessness and, of course, living in the woods with chipmunks and whatever animals that he was able to scrounger up, guess who he latches on to? That's right. The big white girl by the name of Adrienne Simpson. And let me tell you about this white girl. This is a white girl that will pull up in the Dodge Caliber, hop out to go to Walmart in a pair of Cookie Monster pajama pants and a dirty white shirt. That's the type of caliber white woman this woman is. I just want to throw that out there for you, right? So look, of course, she frets out her broken marriage. And Adrienne opens up her door, her legs, and Tyler moves right on in. Why? Because he is a hobosexual.
So now let's really talk about it. So Tyler, being the hobosexual he is, he drags Adrienne right down to the pits with him. And instead of getting her life together like she claimed, this girl ends up homeless right next to the nigga. And because the way they were living, Adrienne loses custody of her kids. And let me say that again. She was out here so damn trifling that the state stepped in and took them babies out of her care.
So hold on.
And the custody.
I'm sorry. You know me. I gotta we look, we dragging, right? We dragging. So you went from having a house, right? Having a house, meet somebody, and you become homeless. So whatever you were doing, a basic minimum you were doing to keep a house, you couldn't even do that when a person came in. You lost a house. Ain't no wee that good. You lost your house and became homeless with this Negro. Y'all both living in the woods.
And you gave up your kids.
And your kids. I told you, man. You look, white women rode over, but not all white women, but you know the dumb. Yeah, go ahead.
So, like we said, the custody of the kids ended up going to Eugene's cousin Eldris, because remember Gino, he got that monkey on his back. He couldn't take them kids either. So now Adrienne and Tyler are both out here bouncing between cheap motels when they had a couple dollars, and they was in the streets and in the woods when they didn't. So both of them are unemployed, they broke, and they just bums. And talking about she was gonna get her life back on track, but ended up laid up with Tyler the Terror, eating off the dollar menu and playing house in somebody else's room. Cause these two sorry motherfuckers weren't Bonnie and Clyde. They weren't ride or die. They was just broke. They was lazy and dangerous. And together they're about to become everybody's nightmare.
Fat ass Ebony and Ivory. Oh, anyway. Wow, Adrienne and Tyler are out there bouncing between motel, parking lots, and backyard woods. Law enforcement is busy connecting the dots. They got two different counties, two different cases. Remember, they got Eugene Simpson missing in Chester and Thomas Hardin murdered in York. But the more they did, the more the same two names keep popping up. Raggedy ass Adrienne Simpson and Tyler the Terror Terry. Say that 3 times. Adrienne's debit card is literally at Thomas' crime scene, and now Thomas's friends and neighbors are confirming that Tyler, who lives in the woods, was in the picture also. So what started as 2 separate investigations quickly turns into a joint operation. Detectives realize they're not chasing down random leads anymore. They're staring straight at a dangerous couple tied to both a missing person and a homicide in Cuzos. Once the spotlight turned on Adrienne and Tyler, everything started unraveling, right? Check this out. It's the night of May 17th, 2021. Just another routine patrol for one officer cruising through the town. Nothing out of the ordinary until dispatch pings him about a suspicious vehicle sitting in the lot of a closed Bojangles. Late night, car just sitting there. Should have been nothing more than a quick check, seeing what you're doing. Usually people out there doing the nasty, the hanky-panky, that, in an empty parking lot, but nothing crazy. He pulls up behind the vehicle, steps out to approach, and before he can even get close, the car takes off, just like that. Car squealing, engine roaring. He jumps back in the cruiser, radios in the pursuit, and that's when it happens. Gunshots. Bullets start ripping straight towards the car. And not just from a pistol. Man, this is freaking AR-15 firing out the passenger side of the window. First of all, how
Where
he
did
living in
these
the
niggas
woods
get
yet he
an
got an
AR-15?
AR-15?
Exactly. Like I was like, where the hell these niggas get money from? Oh,
Yes.
they probably stole it.
Yeah,
No,
there you
they
go.
stole it. Mhm.
So his manager, another officer, is across the street at a gas station and he sees it all go down. He doesn't hesitate. He jumps in his cruiser, flips the light, and joins the chase. Now it's a full-blown pursuit. More officers fall in behind as the suspect tears through downtown, weaving in and out of traffic, bullets flying at their windshield. They push it onto the highway, and this shit looking like Bad Boys 2, which was one of my favorite movies. But anyway, they push it. It's on the highway, still on the fire, until finally the car slams into a median. But even then, guess what? It ain't over. No, we talk about a nigga that live in the woods. Officers bail out, weapons drawn. The passenger door swings open, and terrible Tyler Terry jumps out and bolts into the dark woods. Why? Because he's familiar with the woods. He lives in the woods, and he has become one with the woods. Okay, and the officers, they hold back. They like, shit, nigga. It pitch black out there. I ain't about to. I don't know that terrain. I don't want no smoke, right? And they say they don't know what to do. Armed, AR-15, they go in the woods at dark. They like, we ain't even taking no chances, man. It ain't nothing but that's blind suicide. So meanwhile, the driver doors creak open, and fat-ass white Adrienne Simpson. She looks like she about to run too, but she so damn big. She just freeze like, you know what? I ain't going nowhere, dog. I'm good. Officers are yelling, weapons up. She makes the choice, gets down on the ground. They cuff her and they haul her in. Now, when it's time for mud shots, Adrian's white eye is swollen and busted. Why? Because he told the bitch once. Just throwing it out there. And while she's getting processed, officers are on the highway counting bullet holes. 5 cruisers hit rounds straight through their windshields and cuzzles. I don't know who designed these cars, but somebody explain to me why the hell are police windshields not bulletproof? I don't understand that. Like seriously. But maybe that don't make any sense.
Yeah, because the one officer, she said, like, literally, like, the bullet came through her windshield and it just missed her. And I'm like, I would think that they would be the first ones to have bulletproof windshields because
Yeah.
y'all do have chases, niggas be shooting.
It's getting crazy in
So
these
anyway,
streets. It's getting crazy after dark, these narcs. But anyway, look, make sure y'all we gonna post a picture of old girl too in the visual so you can see the black eye. And we know where she got it from. It looked very similar to the black eye lady, the one lady that in the news right now. Her and her husband supposedly somebody stole the
oh,
baby.
baby, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know, right?
So, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So, y'all, when I tell y'all, Adrienne gets in that interrogation room and she starts running her mouth, baby, she talking way too much, just straight up snitching. And speaking of snitching, quick sidebar, don't forget that we drop the snitch files every Thursday. So y'all know I live for this part right here.
Mm-hmm.
So detectives, they ask about Eugene. And Adrienne don't hold nothing back. She says flat out Eugene did. And according to her, it was Tyler that killed him. So she claims that she and Eugene were supposed to meet up to talk about, custody of the kids, which I'm confused because neither one of y'all niggas have custody, but we'll go off. So Eugene and Tyler, they walk off, and next thing she hears, 4 gunshots. So she says Tyler comes back strolling like nothing happened. He hops in the car and they drive off. So you know this man shot your baby daddy, and you're just like, oh, okay, let's go to brunch.
Mm.
Okay. But she said that Tyler supposedly did it because he was jealous. And he didn't want Adrienne having any ties, any attachments to Eugene because, they were still legally married. Oh, heaven forbid they have kids too. So he's tied
I
to you
mean,
anyway. But
so because he jealous,
so then Adrienne tells detectives that Eugene's body was left in a ditch and she even gives them directions on where they can find him. But wait, y'all, it gets even messier. So after that murder, she said that Tyler decided he wants to roll by Thomas Harden's house to get some weed. Yes, you heard me. He just murdered Adrienne's husband, and next stop is your side chick's house or your main chick. I don't know who's the side, who's the main, but
titties
whatever.
at the top, dick at the bottom. That person.
Willie,
Sorry,
it is Virgo season. Please.
sorry.
So, Adrienne's in the car. And child, I don't even know. Like, I can't even call Thomas a side chick because this whole thing is like giving Jerry Springer on meth. But
I know
whatever.
that. So is it a side chick or a side dude?
Willie.
No. Oh my god,
Willie.
that was a legit question. Would that be
Not.
considered a side chick or a side
Yes,
dude?
Thomas was his side chick.
But you said Thomas identified as a woman and a man.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Okay.
So anyway, what's important is when they get to Thomas's house, she says that Tyler goes inside with a gun. And then she hears it again, 4 more gunshots. And then after that, she said Tyler comes back out, he jumps in the car, and this fool points a gun at her head and tells her to drive. And as if Adrienne hadn't already told the detectives enough, because they know about these. So now they know Thomas is dead already, mind you, and they knew Eugene is missing. So they know now Eugene is dead, and they know Thomas is dead, right? But this chick just keeps talking. She telling them stuff they didn't even know about. And she just sitting in that chair like it's story time. She dropping bodies like it's nothing. So then she tells them on May 15th, 2 days before that Bojangles chase, her and Tyler drove up to St. Louis, Missouri. And the first thing they did, they stole a license plate off a car and then they slapped the license plate on their car. So that's how you know they were out here moving grimy from the jail. So later that night around 11 p.m., they spot a BMW on the road. And what's their thought process? Not nice car, not hope they save. These two sorry fools decide, ooh, they got money. Let's shoot at them. So they open fire on the car. They bust out the back window, front windows. They busting out all these windows. So inside were Stanley and Barbara Goodkin. Stanley ends up getting hit in the chest. But y'all, his cell phone literally stopped the bullet from killing him.
Mm.
The man's life was saved by his phone.
Now, why
Like,
y'all
thank
mess
God.
with them good old white folks? They just sitting on the side of the road, ain't bothering nobody.
Right. So then Barbara, she wasn't so lucky. Barbara was 60 years old. She was a grandmother and she was shot in the head. And unfortunately, she did not survive. So rest in peace to Barbara.
Rest in heaven, Barb.
And after that, Adrienne admits they robbed the couple. Like it wasn't enough to just take their life. They had to go digging for whatever else they could grab. That man is sitting there. His wife is dead. He's been shot. And y'all running through their pockets. Freaking disgusting. And see, this right here is what happens when dusty homosexuals link up with a low down trifling mess. They don't build nothing, they don't add nothing, they just leave death and destruction wherever they go.
Wait,
So Tyler,
wait. So he a homosexual and a hobosexual.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So Tyler out here thinking he's some kind of outlaw, and then Adrienne acting like a discount ride or die, but all they really are is two broke bums with guns terrorizing folks who never even knew their names, like just broke and tired.
Messing with them good white folks. I can't believe y'all. Anyway, just when detectives thought they heard it all, nah, Adrienne, she just keeps talking, man. That white girl telling you, and she a big girl, so you know they probably was feeding her all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bland chicken and potato salad with raisins. I don't know. I don't know. White people, they love what's the chicken strip place that ain't got no seasoning?
I'm not even talking about Raising Cane's.
Yes, white people love Raising Cane's.
Don't come for Raising
It's
Cane's.
the
That's
sauce.
my spot.
It's the
Yeah, it's the
sauce.
sauce. That's my spot.
It's
But
that's all. If they didn't have that sauce, nigga would not be buying Raising Cane's. And
yeah, no, if they ain't had a sauce, no, absolutely
they
not.
bland fries. They don't even put salt on the fries. Anyway,
Keep going.
Anyway, so like I said, she telling all the business. So look, she turns out the same night in St. Louis, barely an hour after they was messing with the good white folks, Barbara and Stanley. Again, rest in heaven, Barbara. There was another victim. This time it was Dr. Sergi Zacharias. I would never say that guy's name again. Okay, he's an anesthesiologist.
He's still
Never. We refer him as Dr. Z, okay? Standing outside the Drury Inn just before midnight, waiting on his Uber. Now, here's the part that is different, right? This man had literally cut his vacation short in Miami so he could come back early and help his team at work. That's the kind of person he was. When I say his team at work, you know, I'm talking about the medical team, you know what I'm saying? We were trying to help them out, right? But he never made it back. As he stood there waiting, Tyler opened fire. So these niggas, look, they just
reckless.
ruthless. Like real talk, y'all just kill it.
That's what I'm saying. Like this reminds me of Alton and Deborah because it was just random people that was minding their business
Yeah, and y'all just yeah. The only difference in this one was no kid was involved.
and no raping was involved
Yeah,
either.
no
Okay.
sodomizing and raping. Like real talk, that's it. Know what I'm saying? But I mean, they still ruthless. You just killing just
And
a ignorant a female riding along with a gruesome, violent dude. Know what I'm saying? So anyway, so like I said, they opened fire. So Dr. Z was shot and killed on the spot. Rest in heaven. And if that wasn't heartless enough, Adrienne admits that while the man lay on the payment, they robbed him for guess what? Just $40. So look, let's back this up. This was in 2021. We're in 2025. Who the hell carry large amount of money on them anymore? Nigga, everything is
that's
tap
what
to
I'm saying.
pay.
That's what I'm saying. And $40 that's barely gonna get you a full tank of gas.
Exactly. So
Barely.
like who robbing folks for money? Like all my money is caught up with my debit card. Like I mean you got my information. That's per the post I post. Make sure y'all go join Love Lives and Alibis and all the other groups that we got. I do everything tap to pay. I don't even carry cash on me.
Exactly. Like it's very rare to have cash. So
That's crazy that. So after all that, Adrienne says the very next day, so they look, and then there's another one. They just ain't done. Oh, I'm sorry. They went into St. Louis, not to hide. No, 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 not to lay low. Not to even go in the woods and get a peaceful night of sleep after this unnecessary killing. No, they go to buy drugs, right? And from there, they headed straight back to South Carolina. What drugs make you that damn violent?
from what I understand, I think they were just smoking weed.
What?
Weed don't make you violent.
Yeah, I don't know what type of weed this that well, they I ain't some look, weed that's
No,
just
they just evil. That's all that is. It ain't got
yeah.
nothing to do with the
Oh, yeah,
weed.
it's them. I'm about to say, yeah. So while Adrian's still buttering up detectives in the interrogation room, spilling all the good old tea, the Chester County Sheriff's Office is on the phone with their buddies in neighboring states, Missouri and beyond, telling them what they found. And let me tell you, it's not small talk. They're passing along names, confession details, and murder locations like they're hot commodities because Adrian has basically turned into the poster snitch, dropping facts law enforcement didn't even know exist. That's the only thing I somewhat respect about the fat white broad, right? That's it. It's the
I
fact that
don't.
at least
I
she
don't
did
because
that. I mean,
no,
I'm just saying, if it's
no, absolutely
something,
not.
if it's
No,
something,
no, she's trying to save her own white pale ass. Absolutely
and it's
not.
a flat
She
one
goes,
too. It's a flat white
she's
pale
in there
one.
with the I'm a white woman. I'm help me. No, I feel no sympathy. Keep going.
So I wondered, do like the hood white chicks do white privilege kick in when they get in trouble? Like, is that naturally in them?
Uh,
I wonder. We got any hood white chicks that listen to us? Let us know. Anyway, but
it's
here's what.
Virgo season. Willie, please.
Why? Go ahead. Why should I stop? Go ahead and say it.
Cause you already know, somebody gonna get
Oh, I
mad.
thought you were
Somebody
gonna
gonna
say
get.
because it's Virgo season.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
but here's what has me snatched, cuzzos. Agents out here yapping for an award, but she kept her mouth shut while bodies were dropping. She ain't calling the cops. She ain't saying nothing while they out there murdering folks across Greenfield, York, Chester, and St. Louis. Nah, she waited until the cuffs were clapped on her wrist and started singing. Now that's some dedication to self-perseverance energy right there. And I know I just said I respect that she told me I did it. I mean, if it's something you had to respect out of a crowd, I would say that at least she did. She was telling them stuff that they didn't know. That's all I was saying. All right. Well, anyway,
why? Okay, and that's another thing. I'm not about to sit here and cop the crimes that I could committed that y'all don't even know about. That's dumb.
I mean, but again, that's
'Cause
why I
she a
said
dumb white bitch
I
too.
respect because it's people
No, not
families
no.
get a
Now
sense
you're
of
not able to just
justice.
you stupid too.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, shout out to the super white chick. So Chester team is sending old files up the chain, making sure every state hears the bullets hit recipes. Because now this ain't just a local case, it's a full-blown multi-state murder spree. And it's all thanks to a driver who only snatched when the law was already chasing her.
Now let me say this. So Adrienne is running her mouth in the interrogation room like it's open mic night. Now, not once did she say she was scared of Tyler. Not once does she show any remorse. She's not crying. She's not broken up. She's just sitting there like she's giving the nightly news. And this is why I don't feel bad for this hoe.
I respect
So
that.
on May 18th, deputies go out searching, and sure enough, they find Eugene Simpson's body right where Adrienne said it would be. Same ditch, same location. So now the manhunt for Tyler is in full swing since it's daylight. But that doesn't make this discovery any less heavy. So they have to go and tell Eugene's family what they found. And imagine hearing that. Not only is Eugene gone, but the details they learned came straight out of Adrienne's own mouth. And here's the kicker, the part that flips the table. When they performed the autopsy on Eugene, the bullet fragments that they pulled from his body, they came from 2 different guns. You still feel bad for the little white girl?
Well, I mean, all I said was she snitched and gave family a sense of justice.
Yeah,
I ain't
whatever.
said shit, right? I ain't no.
So,
I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her. She deserved the worst. She do. She deserved the worst, man.
so now the question is, was Tyler the only one squeezing the trigger? Or was Adrienne more involved than she ever admitted?
48 hours go by and still no sign of Tyler the Terror Terry. But let's not forget, this man was already used to living rough. I mean, he's been homeless before, allegedly living out of the woods. And we don't know if he was pitching or he was receiving. So survive.
Really?
What?
Please.
I was just saying we don't know because I mean, if he's receiving that,
It's Virgo
you
season.
gotta be a
Please.
tough brother. I'm sorry. So surviving out there was not new to him. It wasn't new. This is what this dude did, right? They made him that made him even more dangerous because he could really, he don't got to be out in the open. He could be living under a bridge and they wouldn't know. Because now you got an armed man who knows how to hide. I mean, let's face it, brother knows how to hide. He's slipping through the cracks while law enforcement scrambles to catch him. At this point, the locals know they're out of their depth. They call in the feds to assist, and the search efforts turn into a full-blown operation. Louisville High School is converted into the command post. So they trying to get this dude, bro. All this taxpayer money, they about to get him. The APB all-point bulletin goes out warning the entire city. Tyler Terry is on the loose, and he is presumed armed and dangerous. Right? They bring in everything, drones, helicopters, canine units. They said even the Terminator they brought in, right? That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. More than 150 law enforcement officers are now hunting for this one man. They comb in the woods and neighborhoods, and yet somehow Tyler keeps slipping through like a ghost in the trees. What was that case that we had about the one light-skinned dude? He killed his sister.
Andre Neverson.
Oh, Andre Neverson, that's what it was. Yes, and he would he had the Jamaican wig on.
Mm-hmm.
What episode was that?
I don't remember.
All right, well, make sure y'all check out Andre Neverson. We don't remember that. That was a good
I
one.
want to say it was 42, but I am not 100%
Yeah, in case you guys haven't listened to that one. Now, that was a very good one right there. Andre Neverson.
So now, cousins, here comes the Mayo mama with her side of the story. So after Adrienne was arrested, she calls her mama Carol DeWitt. And she like, tell my kids I love them. And I only killed these people because I was manipulated. Oh, now the crybaby comes out. So she said that she was scared of Tyler, but she kept going back because she loved him and thought maybe if she hung in there, he would change.
What?
So the mama... What, he gonna change the style of whooping your ass?
Eventually he'll stop killing. I know he will. If I just love all on him and just keep on just helping him out and just justifying his actions, one day he'll stop killing and be a good man, Savannah. A good man, I tell you.
Well, I think she was referring to him putting his hands on her, but
no, man, we talk about the killing and everything. But we know she know he was killing. Go ahead.
So Mama comes out with the receipts too. So back in 2020, Tyler had hit Adrienne so hard she lost hearing in her right ear and her eye was swollen shut. So Tyler was arrested for that one, but you know what he got? He got 18 months probation. That's it. And another time, Carol says Tyler whipped Adrienne with a belt while she was sleeping. Child, this man wasn't no partner. He was straight up terrorizing her. And I'd be damned if I got a man in my house that moved in with me. You ain't got shit and you got the nerve to put your hands on me
Yeah,
too.
that's crazy.
Domestic violence is never okay. Please leave if you can. And I know it's not as easy as people say, but there are resources.
It is, man. I'm because it never gets better. Like,
No,
I'm not like
it doesn't get better.
look, it never gets better. I'm sorry, like, I'm telling you, as a man who have dealt with females who have said some of the wildest stuff and have been very disrespectful, there was nothing in me for me to feel justified for me to put my hand on them. So if a man is doing that and because they can't control their anger, it doesn't get better. That's weak. That is weak. Now, if
I
he
say
did
if
it
you're
once and maybe go get help, maybe, possibility, but even then, man, you may not look. Let him be good for the next chick, not you.
yeah. So, like we said, even after all of that, Adrienne stays. And Mama admits, yeah, Adrienne should serve time too, but she shouldn't go down by herself. She said that Carol said that she wanted most was for Tyler to be caught so justice could be served.
I ain't tripping on Mama. Mama
Mhm.
said it.
Okay.
She said it ain't like she justified it. Said no, he forced my baby. She said no, she definitely deserved to do time, but take his Negro ass down with him. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So look, even Tyler's father got up on the news station pleading for Tyler to turn himself in. He said his son was troubled and needed help. Yeah, we knew that when he set the
Well,
damn house on fire.
you should have got him help when he was a kid.
I mean, now
Let's
we
start
not
there.
about to do that. Don't blame that father. You know what I'm saying on that. You don't know
No,
what
but I'm
type,
saying if you're saying that your child was quote
but you
troubled,
don't know.
like
Hold on. Hold on, Tiffany Lester Green. We not about to do that. We don't know what help he tried to get that boy. That dude. Look, I ain't about to say what I'm gonna say.
okay, you're right. We don't know. I'll
Exactly.
leave
And
it
I'm
alone.
about to say something, but again, we're gonna have to edit it out. So I'm not gonna say it. But I'm just saying, nothing wrong with the morning after PO. That's all I'm throwing out. So by May 24th, it had been 7 long days since the manhunt started, and Tyler the Terry was still out there, y'all. Folks had spotted him one, two, a couple times, darting across fields, running through neighborhoods, even sprinting across Highway 9 in Chester County before disappearing back in the woods. Imagine you on a highway, you see a nigga just run across the highway and go in the woods.
Like a damn deer.
Exactly. Look, but this day was different. Late that night, he was seen again, boating across the highway into the trees. Like, what is wrong with him? Officers weren't about to risk chasing him blind in the dark, so they held back. But at sunrise, it was game on. You know why? Would you like to know why? By this point, there were over 300 law enforcement officers involved, local police, the FBI, the ATF, and more. Drones overhead, boots on the ground, dogs in the brush. They scorch every inch until finally they find him hiding in tall weeds. Tyler looked ragged and wore down, living rough in those woods for days. When they closed in, he had a torn up black t-shirt, dirty pants, and nothing but socks. Damn, what happened to his shoes? A
That's what I
gun
was wondering.
a gun was lying nearby, but law enforcement moved so fast he didn't even have time to reach for it. And here's the part that'll make you shake your head. After everything, after the murders, the manhunt, the innocent white folks, Dr. Z, all of that, the shooting at the police officers, they take him in without incident. No fight, no resistance, nothing at all. They even were nice enough to hand the dude a bottle of water before taking him to the hospital for treatment, then finally to jail. Now, me on the other hand, if I was an officer, oh yeah, trust and believe that. My my body worn camera would have accidentally went off. He resisting. That's all you would have heard. He got a
I don't see
gun.
him. In this case, he would have deserved it, and I wouldn't even said nothing.
Exactly.
Because for real,
Y'all
he was
beating up
really lucky.
innocent African Americans when a Negro like this who deserve to get police brutality. And y'all ain't doing
They
nothing.
sitting there feeding the man a bottle of water.
Y'all get a dude a bottle of water. It's just, y'all show sympathy in this moment, but not the moment when a young black dude was in the car and refused to get out, and you punched through the window and sucker punched him in the face. But this dude shot at officers, killed innocent white folks, and Dr. Z.
It's horrible. Because he was lucky, like real talk. He's a black man in the South. He's armed and dangerous. And instead of being shot on sight, they literally hand him a bottle of water, and they actually like held the water up so he could drink it because he was in cuffs. And then they take him to the hospital for fluids. Baby, he could have been zipped up in a body bag right there on the scene. And truthfully, this would be one time I wouldn't even be mad. So while he's sitting there getting hydrated, detectives slide in for an interview, and Tyler starts admitting things. They just some snitching ass folks. And he says about things that Adrienne had already spilled, but then he adds his own spin. So he does admit to shooting Eugene Simpson. But Tyler says the story didn't go down the way Adrienne told it. Tyler says that Adrienne lured Eugene away and then she shot him twice. And Eugene had failed, but he was still alive. So then Tyler comes up and he shoots him 2 more times and then pushes his body into the ditch.
I believe that.
I do too.
Look.
I mean, it matches with the evidence they
Yeah,
found.
and now that look at this point, I would believe him over her because he ain't got nothing to lose. He know he going down for life.
Yeah. So here's a kicker. Remember how Adrienne claimed she was sitting in the car when Thomas Harden was murdered?
Yeah.
Tyler says, nope, she was right there with me when he went in that house. So her little victim acted in the interrogation room, straight up lies. And Tyler also admits to killing Dr. Sergei Zakharev, the anesthesiologist in St. Louis, and he confesses to shooting at Stanley and Barbara Goodwin too. So like we said, Barbara had lost her life and Stanley survived because of his phone. So Tyler is stacking bodies and bullets all around. But when they ask him about Adrienne, that's when this sorry ass fool breaks down crying like real tears. He says everything he did it for Adrienne. And y'all, when I say I can't make this up, this man literally said, quote, "What would Harley Quinn be without the Joker?"
Free.
Now, sir, first of all, Joker didn't even like Harley Quinn like that. He used her, he clowned her, and he kept it pushing. But Tyler really thought he was dropping some poetic soulmate bar, but all he did was prove he was a bozo in full clown makeup while Adrienne was playing ringmaster right beside him.
All right, so look, cuzzo, just when you think the story can't get any messier, Tyler's opened his mouth again. This has to be the most snitching ass couple we ever seen. And you know, he was hungry too. So they didn't even go in on him. They're like, look, man, we're gonna give you a double cheeseburger and some fries. You're like, oh, look, get nigga, what you want to know?
Probably the best meal he done had
What you
in
want to
7
know?
days.
You know what I'm saying? Give me some Bojangles biscuits. So every time one of them talks, another body comes out. Tyler cops to another murder.
Another murder.
Exactly, just another murder. One that Adrienne didn't even mention. This time it was in Memphis, Tennessee. According to him, Adrienne plotted the whole thing. She decided they were going to rob somebody, so they pulled over, acted like that she had a flat tire, and waited. Sure enough, a man stops to help her. And what does she do? She shoots him, runs his pockets, and leaves him for dead. So now investigators are on the phone with Memphis PD trying to figure out if what Tyler is saying is real. Unfortunately, Memphis confirms on May 17th around 2 a.m., officer found the body of a man lying in the street near his car, hazards flashing. The man was Darterius Coates, rest in heaven, just 34 years old. Another innocent life snatched for nothing. That's why I'm saying these people deserve the worst of the worst. I'll put, like, for real, the worst of the worst. And you know what? Adrienne and Tyler got out of it just a couple of damn dollars. And that's what I'm saying. Who carries money on them anymore? That took this man life, left a family grieving, and for what? Freaking pennies, bro. So like I said, rest peacefully, Mr. Coates.
Child. When it came time for the arrest and the indictments, baby, the DA didn't throw one book at them. They threw the whole goddamn library. So Tyler Terry was slapped with over 26 charges that included murder, attempted murder, assault, you name it, it was on that sheet. And Adrienne Simpson wasn't far behind either. She stacked up about 10 charges herself. And I had to laugh because this wasn't just a charge sheet. This was like a CVS receipt of crimes. Because these two couldn't keep couldn't even count their own foolishness. But just when you thought it was over, oh no, cousins, we got more. So turns out that this murderous Bonnie and Clyde knockoff duo was also connected to an arson on the very same night, May 17th. These fools was busy. So here's how it went down, right? So a 911 call comes in. Somebody pulls up to their friend's house. The place is already on fire. So he sees a suspicious car in the driveway. So he goes to ram the car. And what happens? They start shooting at him. So he reports to police. And when the investigators pull surveillance footage, guess who they see? Adrienne herself setting fire to a trailer, and there was a woman sleep inside.
What is wrong with these
So,
people?
exactly. So Adrienne's charges stack even higher. She also gets attempted arson and attempted murder added to the list because apparently killing, robbing, and running wasn't enough. They just had to play with fire too. And thankfully, this lady did manage to escape, so she didn't pass. Thank God.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. When the dust finally settles and the charges were stacked, it was time to face the Pied Piper, which is the courtroom. And cuz the case against Adrienne Simpson and Tyler Terry were overwhelming. Now here's the thing. Tyler and Adrienne weren't just facing charges in South Carolina. Oh no, cuz they were charged in different states. South Carolina, Tennessee, and Missouri. Adrienne was the first to fold, right? And guess what she did? Adrienne was first to fold. In 2022, she stood before the judge and pled guilty to her role in the murders, the arson, and all the chaos she and Tyler left behind. In exchange for avoiding the death penalty, Adrienne was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Then there was Tyler. His trial stretched on, with prosecutors laying out every single murder, every attempted murder, every robbery, every arson. More than 26 charges hung over his head. In the end, he too avoided the death penalty and pleaded guilty, stacking up 5, I repeat, 5 life sentences plus 75 years in jail. Safe to say he would never see light of day. He don't deserve to see the light of day. It's a lot of things that I would say that he deserved, but I told Tiffany I was going to be good because it's Virgo season. So in that courtroom, family members of the victims spoke. They remembered loved ones. Lost Eugene Simpson, Thomas Hardin, Barbara Goodkink, Dr. Z, Darterius Coates, and they demanded justice. When it came time for sentencing, the courtroom was heavy. Families got up to give their family impact statements, grieving, crying, demanding justice. One of those voices was Pam Simpson, Eugene's mama. She stood there and, get to speaking about the pain of losing her son. But you know what, Tyler? The terror Terry was doing the whole time? This dude is there sitting like he nodding his head to or vibing to a Jay-Z album, like just not paying no attention at all, right? No remorse, no emotion, just rocking back and forth. Like her pain was just background music, man. That's horrible, bruh. That moment told everyone in the courtroom exactly who Tyler was, a cold, selfish man who left destruction everywhere he went and couldn't even show respect when the grieving mother poured her heart out. So guess what? Now he get to live his true life, right? He ain't got to hide the fact that he like men's. He could be out there with plenty of men's. Know what I'm saying? Boochie cat everywhere, right there.
He got 3 hots in a cot.
3 hots in the cot, and there's gonna be 3 hots in his cot, all right too.
Hey.
And just like that, the so-called Bonnie and Clyde of South Carolina ended their spree, not with some outlaw legend, but in freaking prison jumpsuits, traded in for life behind bars, man. Ugh.
Now, let's not forget about the kids and all this. So Adrienne and Eugene's babies are now in the custody of their cousin Elridge, and those kids are heartbroken. Like, they didn't just lose their daddy, they lost both of their parents. And here's the kicker. The very same day that Eugene went missing, Adrienne stopped by that house to see the kids. They said she played it cool. She acted like nothing was wrong, like she hadn't just helped murder their daddy. Like, who does that? This is why I have no sympathy for this white woman. I don't have none. So now Adrienne is serving her time at the Graham Correctional Facility in South Carolina. And baby, let me tell you, she's sitting in there looking like the Blob. Like, how the hell you get fat in prison? Like, I thought the commissary was chips and ramen, not a Golden Corral buffet. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
and she in there eating good while her kids.
Nigga, she eat.
both their parents.
She look like she eating other prisoners. She eat more. She eating more than just cooch. I'll tell you that.
I don't know what the hell she in there doing, but baby, she definitely looked like she at an all inclusive buffet. Because I'm just like what the hell? She
Yeah.
looks like a blob. Ugh. Anyway,
And also on a side note, though, for Tyler the Terry, he's sitting over at the Kirtland Correctional Facility in South Carolina, in the rap sheet. That thing is so long it takes up 2 full pages, and we're gonna post that also because we're not making it up. Like literally, it takes up 2 full pages, and even behind bars, he can't keep himself together. In November 2022, he was hit with another charge, assault and battery of an employee with intent to kill or cause serious injury. Man, just kill this nigga. I mean, at this point, for real, like it should be a thing called like adult abortions. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go ahead and take them out. Get a clothes hanger.
it's called death row.
Oh, well, yeah, they got to do something. So not only is he a menace on the streets, but he wilding out in prison too. So let's call it what it is. These two weren't no Bonnie and Clyde. No. They were no legends. They were bums. Broke, trifling, dusty, and deadly. Adrienne sitting up in Graham looking like the Blob, eating little Debbie's out the commissary, while Tyler's crying in prison over a woman who set him up, then snitched on him, and he lost the love of his life because he killed him over some weed. But guess what? He got plenty of means he could hold pockets with while he in there. And Cuzzos, that's where their little love story ends. Not really a romance, not a ride or die glory. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually you want to hear those stories where ride or die, usually if it's for a good cause too, you know what I'm saying? But no, this ain't like, what was the one
Never for a
movie?
good cause.
But no, I said you if it was. What's the one movie? I feel like it was a good cause. The two black, the nigga from the dude from Get Out, and it's what's the name?
Just keep going. We ain't
Man,
got time for me.
no, we're gonna say the name, and he got in trouble for killing. They rode off together. It's like Bonnie and Clyde, the black Bonnie and Clyde. Anyway, if y'all know, drop a comment and let us know what it is. Anyway, that was one I was rooting for because I wanted to see them survive, right? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It was horrible, right? And Cuzzles, let me tell you, the two sorry excuses for human beings who left kids, and them kids need to be tested to make sure they're okay because, no offense, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Don't say it. Do not do it.
All right.
Please, Willie. It's Virgo season.
Okay.
Please act like you got
All
some
right,
sense.
just get the kids tested to make sure that they good, you know what I'm saying? Because if you see them just killing stray animals, you know what I'm saying, you may have a problem on your hands. Just throwing it out there, all right? So, as I was saying, the two sorry excuses for human beings who left kids behind, families, and the entire community grieving, all because they thought being broke and violent made them infamous. Bonnie and Clyde, please, these two clowns were more like Raymond and Kool-Aid. Cheap, messy, and guaranteed to leave you sick.
So let's just recap real quick. First of all, this why you don't mess with these like you got you
wait.
homeless YN. A homeless.
Okay, let's wait. You said something I want to make a comment on right quick. I said he was born in 1993. And you was like, that's why I mess with them young dudes. That makes this nigga right now in his third. That shows your age. That's not a YN, Tiffany.
Okay, so he was 27. He's a YN. That's
okay. I see what you said. Okay, I see what you said. All right, I misunderstood. I thought you were trying to say like he a YN now.
No, he was 27 at the time all this went down.
Okay, all right, you're right. Yeah,
he was like 20 something. So yeah, he was a young nigga. And you took a homeless bum off the street and now you're in jail. Shit, I'm telling you, boy.
I know, right?
Leave them homeless bums where they at. Like, I mean, very rarely can you elevate.
I mean, oh girl, look. No, you're right. Rarely do you.
I mean, it has happened. And I can testify to that because my baby daddy, when I put him out, he was homeless. And he ain't had no car and no job. But
now
look at a good white woman. She got him together.
A good white woman. A good white woman lift that man up and look at him now. He didn't I ain't gonna say his name.
But she got him together. But that's a very rare instance. Very rare.
All right. Well, with that being said, on to our favorite segment called
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
All right, here we go, y'all. I love Little Last Alibis. All right, go ahead. You read the question.
Okay, so the question for the week was, if your partner gave you everything you asked for as far as emotionally, financially, and sexually, but they admitted they don't actually like you as a person, would you stay or would you leave?
I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying. I mean, that's because look, half of the people in relationships right now don't like each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it. I'm good. I'm not leaving. We are together to death do us part, ride or die, even if you don't like me.
Yeah, no.
Oh Lord.
I'm okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and chuck the deuces. Like, I appreciate, because that's eventually going to end up with resentment. And if you don't like me as a person, I don't want to be anywhere I'm not liked or valued. Like, why I'm gonna stay somewhere and you don't like me? No, I'm just gonna go ahead and exit stage left.
Man, that what's wrong with y'all women? Y'all be wanting too much. I mean, you're getting all everything else. Now you want the nigga to love you? Come on now.
Willie, please. It is Virgo season. Please. So let's go and see what everybody else had to say.
All right, here we go.
So Khalil says, leaving, you want me to end up on an episode of the show. And then let's see, Sherlonda says, I'm out. You're not about to F up my mental like that.
Sade, I think I said her name. Tier, Taria. I don't care. Anyway,
Oh my
what I said, I tried
really,
anyway.
just
All right. Anyway, it said leave is the answer for Mo, but and she put a couple T's on there too. It depends. Like, why don't you like me? It could be something that honestly needs to be fixed. See, that was wrong with me right there. That's where she messed up. The nigga don't like you. All right, he don't like you. Don't try to fix it. Jeez. Anyway, attitude all the way down to looks. It honestly depends. I'm not like plenty things about some of my partners, but once you speak on it and it doesn't change, then that's when you should leave. So I'm gonna say it all depends on why.
But not liking you as a person means that they don't like you
I know,
like
but
that.
that's what
And
I'm saying. It was a
I don't think that's
hypothetical
something
question.
small.
Sade, it was a hypothetical. You really made it
Leave her
deeper than what
alone.
it was.
This is a place for them to express how they feel. So shut up. So Tavina says, one thing my granny always told me, don't make a man tell you more than once he don't like or want you. It's straight disrespect immediately following. He was basically asking you, are you down for whatever? And you saying yes for the right price. But some people these days aren't looking for happiness or peacefulness. They just want others to think they are happy. And I'm with that 100%. That is one thing. If a man don't let no man tell you he don't want you more than once. I firmly believe that.
I didn't say I don't want you. I just said I don't like you. So anyway, my brother Antoine Arthur, man, host but for a partner in BTCC and host of Not My Brother's Keeper, King Arthur, he said they would probably say everything too damn hot. Jeez, bro. Damn, I tried. Lord. I did all that whole announcement, nigga, and you can't even. And you, and nigga, you can't even write. What's going on here, man? Did you write this when you were drunk?
He probably did.
I mean, damn, bro. This was supposed to be like epic. I can't even. You talking to somebody that be messing up. I can't even make this make sense. Oh Lord Jesus. Ugh. They will probably say everything too damn high to be a strong black woman. LOL. Okay. Oh, actually, he did say it right. I just read it wrong. I'm sorry. My bad, King Arthur. You know I love you. All right, hold on, one more. Deanna Roberts. She put the meme with a black dude chucking a deuce and he disappears.
I'm with her on that one. And then we'll do one more. Cicely says, if I got someone who didn't like me personally to give me all these things, I just must have that good, like Miss Renee say. Shout out to Renee over at Melanin Mayhem. But I would leave. I would be leaving because I love me personally, and they should too. I'm with that.
Okay, we're gonna ask Shay one more.
I'm
Just to
not
that
like,
one. Oh, were you done? Were you done?
yes. Yes.
Oh, one more. Ask Shay Ace, and she put a money sign in there. Leave. That usually leads to resentment and abuse. In a case you will eventually be covered. Man, that's what I'm talking about. And we will cover your case. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, If anybody is in the domestic violence situation, this in your will, make sure that you leave us the rights to your case so we can cover it for you.
Willie,
What?
it is, please.
You,
It is. I thought you were actually going somewhere.
what I'm saying,
with
they ain't
that.
gonna leave anyway. At least we could get some good content from it, right? All right, my bad. I'm tripping.
I really thought you were gonna go somewhere positive with that one, because I was gonna double back on that one and say, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that was freaking horrible.
Look, if you are seriously, if you are in a domestic violence situation, there is help. Is help available? People you can talk to, people that you can call. It doesn't get better. Leave or learn how to fight. All right. So
If you can see my face over here, I swear my head. We're not doing this all Virgo season, okay? We're not.
oh my God. Hey, look,
Stop it right.
we're gonna have a drinking game, right? The drinking game is every time you hear her say Virgo season, y'all take a shot. And let's see how y'all feel after this episode.
But you can't say nothing, because did you know the whole BTCC crew, we are all Virgos. Renee, Antoine, and Brittany, we're all Virgos. I mean, like, y'all got so blessed to be surrounded
So me
by
and Deja, I don't know what Deja is, but I'm a Leo, so I'm gonna call her. We got a support group. Because this is about to be ugly. So anyway, that was Love, Lies, and Alibis. We drop our questions every Tuesday. And how do you respond? How do you leave a comment to these questions? I am glad you asked. You do it by joining our Facebook group, Love, Lies, and Alibis, right? You can pull it up if you put in Melanin Mysteries, it usually pops up. But join our group, Love, Lies, and Alibis. And if you leave a comment, we will definitely try to read it. And if you don't want me to mess up your name, then you tell me what you want me to call you, right? What else? Also, join our other groups. We got BTCC. Join that one. And then you could join our Melanin Mysteries page also. We don't really do a lot on that. I post
on there every time I post.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Okay. Then join our Instagram, Melanin Mysteries, and our Instagram, BTCC, Black True Crime, okay?
Black True Crime Collective.
Collective. I'm sorry, I forgot the other C. My bad. Black True Crime Collective. So I did my part. Now you go ahead and take care of the rest of the housekeeping. It's Virgo season, y'all.
And okay, so like I said, the BTCC, if you're unaware, comprises Melanin Mysteries, Melanin Mayhem, Not My Brother's Keeper, and A Sip of Red Rum. And the BTCC is presenting Crime, Cocktails, and Canvases October 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. We would love to see you there. You're going to get 4 live cases, 1 from each podcast, as well as we're going to paint and we going to sip. So grab your tickets, because yes, we are literally halfway sold out of the VIPs. And when you see what all you're getting, trust and believe it is worth it. So I will go ahead and get my tickets. Like I said, we do offer general admission as well. So go ahead, get y'all tickets, and we want to kick it with y'all. We also have a room block at the Homewood Suites Perimeter in Atlanta, Georgia. If you look, if you call, the code is BTCC for a discounted rate on your room. So we just want to make sure we see y'all there, because if Atlanta pop off, then we will be on the road. So let's make this everything. Like I said, it's going to be epic, and you don't want to miss out, because no, it's not going to be live streamed. I know somebody asked about that. Like, no, it's not going to be live streamed. No, you cannot buy it virtually. This is you had to be there type of moment. And when we decide to do a tour, you're not going to hear the case again. We all decided it's going to be a new case at every single city
that we go in. Yeah. So are we going to do a case that happened in that city?
No, our case is not happening in that city. So the case that I had picked out hasn't happened in that city. So no, it's not. So yeah, just make sure y'all get y'all tickets for that. We do have merch coming, because I have been procrastinating on this for so long. So the date is September 1st, and melaninmysteries.com is still live. Like, if y'all just, feel generous or whatever, because it's Virgo season, y'all go over there and leave us a tip. But on September 1st, we will be dropping merch, and it will be available on the website. I'm also going to add to the website ad space, so you can literally go directly there to purchase ad space if you decide to do that. And please make sure that you are sharing the podcast with everybody you know, your friends, your family, We really appreciate the support. And if you could please leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen, it really does help us grow and get pushed out to more people. And that's really all I've got. So, make sure you check out the Snitch Files every Thursday. It's just a little bite size, something to get you through the week. But I see y'all are listening and we appreciate it and we hope you're enjoying it. And that is all I got.
All right. Well, go ahead and take us out, girl.
Okay, so just remember that love should not come with a life sentence. So make sure you choose freedom and not felonies.
We out.